Right, this is Antrim Coast, last one today. Now we'll move on to some West Wales views. This is on our holiday last week. Our very last day we'd gone to Garcarreed Rope Bridge, then Dunluce Castle, and we had a picnic there. It was one of the famous castles on the beach, on the coast. And then we had time on the beach then, but we stopped off, and there's like an archway here in the rock, and the rocks are white. You know, it's a bit like you're in Dorset in that way. So let's have a look.
Oh, Keith. Oh, yeah.
Oh, hello, Keith. You okay? So right. So what I might do now is get a nice blue sky. So I'm going into what's intense blue, like a summery sort of sky.
Is that like a cerulean, is it?
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, it is like cerulean. And then I'm going to mix a bit of ultramarine in it for the top area up here. Yeah, because all the drama is going to be here, so I don't want the sky to compete with that. So let's just soak that up, or we'll get backgrounds if I don't soak that up. So I'm just using the brush, a bit like you would blotting paper really, or a sponge just. Now you see that will go to nothing, and I know that, so because it dries so much lighter, and that's why often it can look insipid, you know, watercolours. But trust me, this is going to go so much lighter. So let's get that in a bit again. And I want that darker up here. And I think that should do fine, I think. Yeah, let's get the hairdryer on that. See how light that's gone now. See, it's surprising. So you've always got to allow for that. And that'll go fine there now. Yeah, no, last day we went to Garcarreed Rope Bridge, and it's like a narrow little suspended rope bridge that goes over rocks and steep cliffs really, where they used to catch salmon on this island. And Ruth, our daughter, who's got not very good with heights at all, was, well, two minds whether to go on in or not. And as she were approaching it, there were some Americans coming off, and Ruth said, "Is there much of a bounce to it?" No one said, "No, you're all right, it's like a trampoline." So better if she asked nothing actually, and just I say I'm only putting a suggestion of some rocks in the distance here, and again that's going to go so much lighter. Okay, there we go. Now when I took the photo, I was up here looking down, did a couple of sketches but I'm looking down on it, so I've changed all the angles that I'm like lower down looking up, you know, and that's the beautiful thing. You can do that with painting. You can you know, you talk of artistic license, but really all you're doing is moving things around. If you're in a different place, it would look different. So again, let's keep it the ultramarine blue now. And this is a headland that is behind here, which I'm wanting to stand out in front of that, you see, which it will do. So there we go. Now I can come back in there and get some bit more detail, and in fact I could come in along here more now. I could come in here a little bit. See, it's still wet, so you're still going to have this soft effect, you know? I don't want to be doing this everywhere. You're just giving the suggestion of detail really, but it's not. It's just, there we go. That's enough there. And what I might do, don't know whether to come in straight away with this now, I'll leave it. Let's give it a go. Let's just try this end bit here. Sometimes you're better leaving yourself a little bit. Okay. Now then, let's come to this here now. Now, I want to be careful. I want the white of the paper to stand out. So if I mix a little bit of sienna first, and I've shaded more or less areas where I know I want my darks. Let's look at the blue here. So I'm coming under the grass here where you'd have a bit of shadow. And that's where you've got the and I'm going to want this rock here to stand out. Now then, you've got a beige sort of colour, in my notes anyway, on the bottom here. Trying to see if I get that, soak that up a bit, and that up a bit as well. I'm going to be coming in here with gouache to get the effect of the waves coming up here. So why don't I go for the green now. Let's try this. Yeah, we had a wonderful day with the family out there, all my cousins. Gwyneth couldn't get over, she said, I just can't get over your family. Well, she thought they were all going to be like me, I don't know what, but yeah. My cousin Billy, he had a horse with a donkey to keep the horse company, and 2 dogs, so Titus was in his element, he couldn't get over it. I see already, I can see how that is coming now. But I want to get some darks in here now. So I'm using ultramarine blue with some amber. And let's just see how we get on here now. Going by my notes and that, it's quite a dark colour up here. But you can see how that's starting to take a bit of shape now. Now I want this rock to stand out, so I don't want to go too dark behind it. I want just the suggestion of stuff. Really. So I'm coming under the grass where you'd have shade. And you see I'm keeping this white, I don't want to lose that. I could always use gouache if I had to, you know, but oops, there we go. Right, let's have a look at this rock now. Again, I'm going for the sienna to get the base of the rock. Okay, now then, it's the water. Now, with the water, it's a bit like Cornwall. You got these lovely blues, turquoises in the water. So let's just let's see where we are. We'll start off fairly light into the distance, and then you've got to leave areas. So, now already, see, I'm giving a bit of movement here. Right. And this is like a base colour. Now what I can do now is give me a flat brush. Yeah, the crossing, it was like a mill pond, you know. Oh, amazing.
That was good.
Oh, it was. And then I said again, come on, let's get outside. So we went to this area with all cabins. From there, through the luxury cabins. And then through what's called a quiet lounge, out onto the deck, the back. Said it's a bit like being Leonardo DiCaprio or Kate Winslet, yeah. Having come from storage and up in where we didn't really belong. And it was, yeah, brilliant. Now what I want to get is this beautiful, will this do it, I wonder? Okay, it's all trial and error. A bit more of the blue, I think. I think that's more like it. Where the lights will catch in here, you know. Right, well, that's enough to work on there now. So let's get this grass in the foreground here. You see where I'm just lifting it and flicking it off, and you know, fan brush will do this, but you can do it with a rigger, easy enough. And then if you get a bit of darker colour in here, so it's not all the same. Now then, what we need is a darker green coming down here. Pardon me. Now, what I might do is come back to the waves. So I'm using what's there and just going with the flow. Can you see what's happening? And then when I get some gouache in here, it'll really come to life. Now then, let's come to these cliffs. I don't want to do this everywhere, it'll be a bit too much, so just here and there. So I'm not using a lot of water with this colour now, so it's that much darker. I'll put another bit of rock there. Right, now then, gouache, which looks like I put away actually. And when you're putting this thing in here and there, just there we go. Rid of the rocks that are coming through the grass. There we go. Guess we've all come back from different cruises, haven't we? Annette's been away, and Doc with Roger. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a blue with the white. Good. Let's put this brush on the there. Now can you see the difference that's making? Pushing that right back. Now, let's come on with the water now. This is the fun part. You can give the effect of the light now catching the cliffs going down. Here we go. We're at the tail end now, just bits and pieces here and there. We're almost there, I would say. How do I draw there? It's a bit too harsh in there. Let's take him back. Take him a bit higher, Joe. I'll try and mount him and see what we go. No, let's try this one.
Thank you.
Dave. Let's have a look, see what we got on here. Could do it a bit higher, couldn't it? Let's take him up in the board a bit. Up there, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's more like it. There we are. So I could do it being a little bit, once you get in the mount, you can always see what you can alter a bit down. And that needs to be a bit darker in there. But, yep, there we are, Antrim Coast.
Yeah.
Voila.